Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Michelle Crawford and I'm a certified cannabis health coach and educator. On my channel we discuss how to live a cannabis healthy lifestyle. Today I'm showing you my Planet of the Vapes Lobo. This is a dry herb vaporizer from my favorite company, POTV, Planet of the Vapes, my favorite online retailer of cannabis dry herb vaporizers. And I'm going to be filling it with some lovely herb that I have ground in my flour mill. Mill, don't grind. I like to dry herb vaporize. This is the oven. Here's the mouthpiece. What have I got in here? A little bit of jelly donuts from my friend who grew this at her house. It is so delicious, very fruity as you can imagine, a little bit of cake, you know, very, very ripe with flavor. She gave me a whole jar. She gave everybody a whole jar. And every time I vaporize it or smoke it, it reminds me of my friend and her beautiful harvest and what a good grower she is. Thanks, Flour Mill, for also all that beautiful herb. All right. You know, the thing with almost all dry herb vaporizers is they tend to be made overseas and have the same like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 button pushing situation. 1, 2, 3. Everything's on the front of it right there. I cannot see this in the light probably outside, but there's a little digital display right here. What I like about this little dry herb vaporizer is that the company behind it really put a lot of effort into understanding the needs of the market. And because they are retailers of so many other vaporizers from other companies, they know what sells. And because they do customer service, they know what people like and don't like. So when they decided to come out with their own vaporizer, this is the second like in-house design that they have at Planet of the Vapes, POTV. The first one is called the One, O-N-E. I recommend that to like so many people as a beginner vape. The beginner vape, it's so affordable. It's under $100. Easy to use, based on a very good design from a company called Edge Fury, and they all start with F, where this part's removable and has the oven right there. This one's almost the same. So the Lobo, how's it different? Well, it's a little bit more expensive. It is like in the $150 area, but it is actually meant to compete with some of the most expensive vaporizers out there by Stores and Bickle, the Mighty Plus, the Crafty, and the Venti. And it does a great job. I have the Mighty Plus and the Mighty, and I also have a Venti now. You've seen it on some of my other videos. But I find the POTV Lobo, which is what this is, to be a very good competitor to those devices at a much lower price point. Those devices start at around like $300, $350, $400, and go all the way up. You know, they're just so expensive compared to $150 US for the Lobo. And so I gotta say that I really like this little device. I think it's very discreet. I love the color. I have to tell you a story about my Stores and Bickle Venti that if you haven't seen it, my God, of course I don't have it on me right now, but it's a tall device that is the shape of, I hate to say this, a taser. And recently I went on a vacation to Hawaii. Aloha, everyone, bringing the spirit back to you. Just got back on Sunday. Today's Tuesday. And I did bring my Venti with me because I was planning to meet up with some friends who grow in the islands. And I gotta say, the TSA was not impressed with the Venti. They actually thought it was a taser. I had to prove it wasn't a taser. And I said it was a dry herb vaporizer. And my poor little cannabis coaching and educating heart was so saddened by their faces were just blank. Like that, like, it's a dry herb vaporizer. They're just like, luckily I was wearing a Rep Your State of Mind shirt that said I Leaf CA on it. And I said, for, you know, marijuana, cannabis, weed. And they're like, oh, great. As long as it's not a taser, we're cool. Oh, hey, Marco Silva. I'm so glad. Yeah, give the Lobo a try for $150. I honestly think it's great. What do I like about it besides that? That it doesn't look like a taser. I'll say that. I love the color. I actually think it's much more pretty than any of the Storz & Bickel offerings because they're German engineering. They function awesome. They're completely reliable. I have nothing bad to say about them except for that they're ugly. And I've said it the whole time. And no, luckily, Storz & Bickel isn't paying me, so I don't have to hold back my thoughts. But they work awesome, and I've always shelled out the money for them, so what have you. But I have relied on this one for a good couple of months because when I was getting my venti, my two mighties just pooped out for some unknown reason. And I gotta say that this one really came through for me. Okay, what I love about it, price point, feature set. It's both convection and conduction. It creates wonderful vapor. I love this, this separate mouthpiece holder that you can install any kind of mouthpiece into it that you like. They have a huge selection of this glass one with a little bit of indentations. They have something even more like stealthy. They have longer ones that cool down your vapor more. They have like, oh, Micro C. Yeah, from, what was that company? I used to have them too. Oh, I can't remember, but yeah, the Micro C is the smaller version, and then there's the IQ, and then there's like the bigger one. Me and my husband had matching originals of that. Da Vinci's, that's what I remember, Da Vinci's. Those are great. This has a lot of the same features, metal on the outside. The one thing about it, the one thing is that it does have a timed session, which is not my favorite. So after you press it 3 times, 1, 2, 3, it turns on. I can't really show you in the sunshine right now, but there's all the data is right here on the machine. These 2 buttons, just like the Storz & Bickel, it's up and down. I love this simplicity of devices that are designed like this. I think that's great. The session is timed. It's a 3-minute session. It turns off to save battery, which I was like, boo. I don't know why I don't like timed sessions. I remember the Da Vinci had like a 10-minute session that you could program with automatic bump ups in temperature. Loved that. I don't know, but the timed session after I got Storz & Bickel's, and they do not have that. They instead of having a set time, what they have is a responsive time shut-off system that causes the machine to turn off if you haven't used it in about a minute. So if there's no drop of temperature of at least 5 degrees in a minute, the Storz & Bickel's will turn off at that juncture. So that allows you to have a very natural session. It lasts as long as it lasts, or as long as your herb, right? Whereas this one, it's 3 minutes and that's what it is. So when it turns off, I'm always like, turn back on, you know, that kind of thing. But for $150 instead of $400, you really have to say, you know, who cares, right? Who cares? Another thing that it has is USB-C charging. And another thing that it has is replaceable battery, which is kind of great. You can swap it. So if you have recharged batteries, whatever the kind is that it uses, I think it's like the 18360 or whatever one that one is, 18350, that kind of number. It comes with, the information is all in there. You can open this up and hot swap that out. And so it can basically never die if you want it to be like that. You can take a battery with you places and you can have extended battery life without recharging. Cool, that's very cool. I like that. I have not yet done it because, you know, I don't really worry, but I just recharge it. And it's a pretty fast recharger and it's very attractive. I love this color. They have several other colors, like at least 2 other ones. You can hook it up to a bong, which is great, or any kind of water piece. So yeah, nothing but really good things to say about Planet of the Vapes. I love that they came out with their own designed devices. The one which is under $100, a perfect intro, beginner, budget vape. I always recommend it. And now the Lobo. The Lobo, which is at $150, a great buy. Is it a mighty killer, as they say? I wouldn't say it's a mighty killer, but it's definitely up there. And I've used them in place of a mighty, in place of a venti. And I feel like for the price and the feature set, it is well worth it. And I also love supporting Planet of the Vapes. if you check out my website, cannacuriouscoaching.com, you will find my resources page where you can find out everything that Michelle Crawford recommends in the cannabis world, all the magical machines, and all my discount codes that I currently have to save you money on living a healthier lifestyle with cannabis. Speaking of bumping up the temp, let's just do that now. And just clear out this sesh. Thanks for joining me in this little talk about the mighty. I'm so happy to be back home from Hawaii, although I cannot wait to go back again. And I'm excited for Hawaii to have like more open cannabis, recreational cannabis, as they have voted to have, and they're waiting to have that enacted. Exciting for you, Hawaii. Love your people. Aloha. Mahalo for the beautiful visit that I had. Like I said, I really can't wait to turn around and go back again. I am having my homemade health class, my signature course, where I teach you how to be a kitchen witch and make homemade remedies with cannabis, including tinctures, topicals, and your own concentrates with the magical machines that I definitely advocate for and recommend. Dry herb vaporizers is one of them, but Ardent Effects for decarboxylation and infusion, and the Source Turbo by Extract Craft for creating your own concentrates like full extract cannabis oil, also known as RSO. If you need that, you should definitely, or if you know someone who does and they want to create it from their own flower, I'm your girl. That's something that I added to my tinctures class when everybody in it wanted it from me. Something you should know about the classes that I teach, they're all because they were asked for. I was just at home living my happy life, making my happy homemade remedies with cannabis and talking about it and sharing them with people. And the next thing you know, people were clamoring for a class. So that live class will start again and go 10 weeks in March, ending right there at Memorial Day. Why? Because we need summers off, people. Can't be making medicine all the damn time. So we get it done, and then we go party and relax and rest and recuperate. We also have fall class that goes from, I believe, it ends right before Thanksgiving, basically. Like, we have fall class that goes basically like September through right the beginning of November. Bam. We never work on the holidays and we never work in the summer. But we make our medicine and we keep it consistent. So if you'd like to join me for my next 10-week session live, where I provide live instruction, Q&A, there's a lot of good community. I have amazing people who are kitchen witches in my community with diverse backgrounds making medicine all over the country and the world. Join us. My links are in the description below for my website, where you can find out more about homemade health and sign up. Once you sign up, I will start sending you emails about what to do to stock your canna pantry. Buy the machines you need to do the stuff in the class. If you don't want to buy the machines, I'll still help you, but it will be magical with the machines. And let me just tell you that I'm not the kind of person who has all the time in the world to be sitting around babysitting, cannabis medicine. Not even. It's all set it and forget it. And if you want to learn how to set it and forget it with me, I'm here for you. So check out those links in the website below. Next class is starting this spring, March to May. No summer. And then we have fall, as always. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining me. It was wonderful to be with you here back from Hawaii, talking about the Lobo, and reminding you that if you want to be a cannabis DIYer and make your own homemade remedies with flowers that you grow or buy, we cover this in my class. I can help you become the fully fledged kitchen witch that you need to be for whoever in your life. And if that's not you, I understand, but maybe you know someone in your family or in your friend circle who does have this healing power within them, or they have the need for it. Let's just say all of Germany, for example, right now. If you've been watching the news, Germany just legalized cannabis. Way to go. I applaud you. I am Michelle Crawford, and I do approve these messages. However, functionally speaking, we're, boots on the ground. What's happening there is decriminalization and the ability to grow 3 plants. That's great and everything, but they have a lot of regulation to work out before people have the access to cannabis medicines that they may or may not need to help them improve their health. And with the ability to grow and the decriminalization, a class like mine would make a lot of sense to some of those people, if you know what I mean, because you are your own best resource. You making your cannabis medicines at home, you're unstoppable. You know what I mean? I have the benefit of being in California, which is a very robust market with tons of stores and ability to buy and safe access and like lots of products, which are my inspiration for the things I teach everyone else. So making canna kits of tinctures, stocking a canna pantry with multiple cannabinoids, making different kinds of topicals like suppositories, lotions, and salves, as well as your own concentrates of any cannabinoid you want to learn about. That's what I offer starting in March. Really good for people. So if it's not you, pass the word along that I'm this teacher that teaches this, because a lot of people do want to learn this to help themselves, to help their families, to help their communities, to help us all heal the world, basically. And I'm in it. I'm in it for Souls for Cannabis. So I'll see you in March. If you're interested in that, check the links down below. This was day 25 of 30 days of live sesh. I have 5 more days to go. When are they going to happen? I don't know. But thanks for joining me, and I appreciate you. See you later.